So what if I told you that Apple is working on not just one, but two foldables coming very soon? Google just pretty much unwrapped its next smartphone because it clearly can't trust itself with its own leaks. OPPO's next Pro flagship is reportedly going to innovate with even more imaging benefits. Samsung seems ready to both surprise and leave some concerns over what we're getting with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And yes, Tim Cook just rounded up the troops for a future Apple unlike anything we've ever seen before. I'm Jaime Rivera, and it's that time again for another 5 interesting topics. This is Tech Briefing powered by MediaTek. The official news today begin with a pretty interesting surprise from Google. I mean, we heard that there was gonna be a Pixel 10a coming soon, but since the Pixel 9a was announced in early April of last year, well, we thought the date would be around there, and nope. The company has finally acknowledged the Pixel 10a, and notice how I don't really say announced because, well, what they did was really drop a shorter teaser that confirms the phone will be fully announced on February 18th. Pre-orders will open the same day, and Google is encouraging fans to sign up on its teaser page for an exclusive Google Store offer. The video shows the device from multiple angles but keeps most details under wraps, serving more as an official confirmation than a full reveal. So yeah, about the speculation we heard before, what you're getting here in the rumors is the Pixel 10a is expected to be pretty much a Pixel 9a in most things, with a 6.28-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display at 120Hz refresh rate, a 48-megapixel camera paired with a 13-megapixel ultra-wide and a 13-megapixel front camera. Reports even have it running on the same Tensor G4 chip with 8 gigs of RAM and a 5100 mAh battery, launching in possible 4 colors: Obsidian, Berry, Fog, and Lavender. About the only change we're hoping for, given the lack of updates in the hardware, is either better quality components or at least a less expensive price tag. Whatever the case may be, I'm curious to know what you think about this in the comments. Now let's switch to OPPO, who is clearly riding the lightning after winning some awards recently. After the Find X9 Pro left a very positive splash with that camera performance across the board, you bet we're already curious as to what the next phone will be able to do, even if something tells me we still have another Find X9 unit coming at some point, as things have happened in the past. Anyways, according to a new rumor from well-known leaker Digital Chat Station, OPPO has started testing a significantly upgraded camera system on the upcoming Find X10 series, which is expected to launch around the fall. And the standout feature is going to be the Find X10 Pro model, again reportedly being tested with a dual 200-megapixel setup featuring both a 200-megapixel main sensor and a 200-megapixel periscopic telephoto camera. Notably, both sensors are set to be large at 1/1.3-inch types, which would allow a substantially improved light capture, especially for zoom photography. For context, last year's Find X9 Pro shipped with a 50-megapixel main sensor at 1/1.28 inches and a 200-megapixel periscopic telephoto at a smaller 1/1.56-inch sensor. If the leaks prove accurate, the biggest leap will come to the telephoto camera, which would gain a much larger die, while the main camera keeps a similar physical size but brings a good bump in resolution. No further specifications have yet leaked, but if OPPO follows its usual pattern, both the standard Find X10 and Find X10 Pro are expected to be powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 9600 chipset, if that'll be the final name. I'm just speculating. I'm curious to know what you think about this in the comments. Now let's switch to Samsung, as what's coming for the company's Galaxy Unpacked continues to sound interesting. First of all, leaked official accessories from the Galaxy S26 series have surfaced alongside details about the Galaxy S26 Ultra's S Pen. According to the leak, the stylus will only be sold in solid black or white, which I mean is better than only black as we've seen in certain cases. It remains clickable, and at least that'll match the color of the phone, which is expected to include black, cobalt violet, sky blue, and white, with additional online exclusive options possible. Images also show official Samsung accessories such as a anti-reflective screen protector, which, yeah, hold it right there, makes me concerned about the coating we've had for 2 years, but we'll see. But then even more concerns surface when we see that there are both magnetic and non-magnetic cases. Yeah, while the Galaxy S26 lineup is expected to support Qi 2 wireless charging, it seems it won't include built-in magnets one more time, like man, it's such a bummer as, listen, Apple pretty much figured it out even with a similar battery capacity. Evan Blass also shared what appears to be an official Galaxy S26 Ultra poster showing the device in its new hero color, cobalt violet. The image highlights a redesigned rear camera island similar to the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and shows a black S Pen rather than a color match one. Specs leaked include a 6.9-inch Quad HD Plus dynamic AMOLED display with a 1 to 120 Hz refresh rate, Snapdragon Elite Gen 5 chipset, a 5,000 mAh battery with 60-watt wire charging. The camera setup is expected to include a 200-megapixel main sensor, 50-megapixel ultra-wide, and 50-megapixel 5x periscopic telephoto, along with that 10-megapixel 3x telephoto we do debate. Let me know what you think about these possible leaks in the comments, because I'm kind of mixed. Now let's switch to Apple for the first of two segments because, yeah, some revealing things have happened and are about to happen. Let's start with some interesting tidbits about the company's future. Tim Cook recently held an all-hands meeting with Apple employees where he teased that the company is working on entirely new categories of products and services powered by artificial intelligence. While he didn't reveal specifically what devices, Cook said the company is extremely excited about what AI will enable and believes the company is uniquely positioned to deliver meaningful AI experiences, which, have morphed into different form factors from competitors, which have yet to master what these devices do. Some companies have already gone under. His comments align with ongoing rumors about future Apple products such as smart glasses, AI-driven health tools, and new services built around Apple Intelligence that could arrive over the next few years, hopefully. And then Cook also briefly addressed succession planning, acknowledging the leadership transitions are a natural part of Apple's long-term future. He said he spends significant amounts of time thinking about who will be leading Apple 5, 10, or even 15 years from now, which has fueled speculation about his eventual retirement. Although no timeline was shared, Apple's Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering, John Thurnes, is widely seen as a potential successor. For now, Cook emphasized stability and long-term planning as Apple approaches its 50th anniversary, which we hear the company will celebrate on April 1st. I'm curious to hear what you think about these possible innovations and products and what these might be in the comments. Now, before we get to the hottest news, let me tell you about today's sponsor, MediaTek. This is the second year where Motorola chooses Dimensity for its most beloved Razr, and I can see why. Last year's model proved to be great in performance and endurance, and this year's Razr has only gotten better with its Dimensity 7400X and its advanced 4nm architecture. Seriously, this phone has got the looks, has got the feel, and then all is matched with snappy performance, reliable connectivity, and even better endurance on its slim form factor. It's clearly the reason Motorola continues to trust MediaTek year over year. Thanks to MediaTek for sponsoring this video. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about the future Apple phones, which was actually 3 segments, but I condensed it into one, so grab some popcorn. First, let's begin with the iPhone 17e. I'm going to link to my latest episode of How It Started, How It's Going with the iPhone 16e, which was pretty interesting and serves as context, but that iPhone 17e is expected to deliver several practical upgrades while maintaining its position as the company's more accessible iPhone option. Early reports suggest it'll feature the newer A19 chip for improved performance and efficiency, along with Apple's second-generation C1X modem. Strong rumors also mention MagSafe magnets, which we applaud, though the rumors of a dynamic island instead of the notch just kind of fell through. Either way, the overall design is likely to remain familiar, focusing on internal improvements rather than a full redesign when it launches, though hopefully soon. But then let's switch to Apple's foldables, and notice I said it plural. We know the Fold is coming, and new reports call out for the volume buttons to be at the top like the iPad mini, fingerprint scanner on the side along with camera control, and then the other side is completely flush, so we're wondering what's going to happen with the action button. Maybe it'll be with the volume buttons at the top. Now, rumors of a two-tone back resurface for the horizontal dual camera plateau on this phone to be black and then the rest of the phone be of another color. And we even heard this will be Apple's largest battery on an iPhone ever. But yeah, this is where things get interesting. Then we heard Bloomberg's Mark Gurman talking about an iPhone flip, which you bet caught my attention. It'll reportedly work like the Galaxy Flip 7 and Moto Razr, prioritizing pocketability and style, with a larger outer display. But whatever the case may be for both these foldables, rumors point to a strong emphasis on battery life, durability, and nearly crease-free displays as Apple looks to enter the foldable market with premium redefined approaches. The catch is that we hear that the company is launching the Fold first to test the waters, so it could just be that the Flip is actually the future of the Air 3 in 2027. Who knows? In today's question, let me know. Would you want Apple to bring an iPhone Flip? Because in my case, I think it's where the Air should go from here. I mean, sure, I like the Air as it is, but I would love something different. I'm curious to know what you think about this in the comments. Friends, thank you so much for joining on this new episode of Tech Briefing. Please like, subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments, as I'm sure you see me try to respond to as many as I can. Also, follow me on social media as more behind-the-scenes work continues to happen there as I test products here and there. Guys, our Technically There podcast with Josh is returning very soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.